Hey guys, what's up, how's it going? Welcome back for another video on the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys what Canadian stocks I'm buying inside my TFSA on Wealthsimple Trade. So in today's video, we're going to be focusing on the stocks I'm buying and selling. Like I mentioned last week, if you guys have watched this channel, is that I've been looking to sell AQN. So we're finally going to be selling AQN. I'm going to be putting that inside some other stocks inside my portfolio today. But like usual, I'll give you guys an update on our portfolios. I'll give you guys an overview of our accounts. I'll show you guys how our stocks have done since the beginning of the year. And I'll show you guys the dividends we earned and all that cool stuff. So stay tuned for that if you guys want to see that in today's video. And last but not least, before we get into it, if you guys enjoy this channel, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys want to support the channel, there are links to Blossom as well as Wealthsimple Trade. Those links support the channel. So if you guys want to sign up to Blossom and you guys want to get $25 for free, all you guys have to do is just open up an account and deposit $1 and you'll get $25 from Wealthsimple Trade. And if you guys open up an account with Blossom, you guys can see all my stocks, all my holdings, everything on there, all the trades I make in real time. There's a lot of cool stuff on Blossom, completely free to sign up. So you guys want to support the channel, those links are in the description of today's video. Alright, so we'll start things off with a quick little portfolio update. So let's see how stocks have been doing as of lately. Alright, so here's a quick little update of our portfolios. We'll do my portfolios first here on Wealthsimple Trade to give you guys a quick little weekly update on what's been going on. So we have 126, just shy of under $127,000 Canadian on Wealthsimple Trade, and that's spread across my three accounts. We have my non-registered account, which is pretty much nothing right now. We have the RSP, which is about $2,300. I did put a little bit more into RSP, and I will be contributing a little bit here and there. Basically, I think before the end of February, I think February is the cutoff for the RSP contributions for this year. So we'll be putting a little bit of money into there. And then we got my maxed out TFSA. I did max out the TFSA in the last video, and I gave you guys an update on the stocks I bought and whatnot. So here's the biggest account that I hold. It's the big old TFSA. I like to focus on the TFSA first. And I think a lot of people should do the same because it is tax-free income. And we can see the big jump up here. I don't know if you guys can see this on the right side, but we can see the big deposit I made there, which is about $7,000. So we got about $24,000 in total. The one-day return today is about 0%. It looks like the markets have dipped a tiny little bit. I know they opened up pretty low, but I think they did go back up a little bit. So depending on when you guys watch this video, things might change for the day. But nonetheless, over the course of 1 week, we're pretty much going flat for the most part. The 1 month return is 1%. So we did see about $1,600 in growth inside the TFSA for 1 month. The past 3 months, we are, however, up quite a bit, about 9%, which is $10,000. You can see even with a big account like this, even just small percentages actually add up to be, a fair chunk of cash, a couple $1,000s just for a couple percentages. So that's always super cool. And then the 1 year return is up 13%, so that's about $14,000. And then we go all time, my TFSA. This TFSA here in Wealthsimple Trade is up $23,000. So we're doing pretty good here inside the TFSA. And the other accounts I will talk about is all of our other accounts here. So I talked about my personal account, which is pretty much zero. We have my TFSA, which I already talked about, and then we have our other TFSA here, which is going to be our main focus for this year. This is the one we're going to be focusing on, and we have lots of room to grow this one out. It's currently about $27,000 or so, and we have tons of room. So this is going to be our main focus for this year. It's going to be my fiance's TFSA and then my RRSP, a little bit on the side kind of thing. But these two accounts will obviously be the main focus because we want to kind of max them out as quickly as possible. And all those accounts together, if we look them up on passive here, we can see we have $154,000 in total. So we're slowly growing, guys. And once again, I really wanted to get the new year off to a big bang, and we're trying to save as much as possible. Now the main focus in this video is going to be the stocks that I'm buying and selling, and I'm going to be buying more or less the same stocks as usual. But the major thing we'll be doing in this video is I'm finally going to be selling off all my shares of AQN, so Algonquin Power and Utilities. I did sell it in the personal account a couple weeks ago, like I mentioned, and now we're going to finally sell the rest in my TFSA. And I'll give you guys a quick little overview of the stock. I'll talk about it a little bit here. So this is a stock that I've held for quite a while inside my TFSA. I bought it way back in the day. Kind of when I first started, and I was kind of picking some of the individual stocks. And to this day, AQN was probably one of the only stocks I actually bought that I didn't follow a lot of rules that I normally follow when it comes to picking stocks. So if we look at the total return for AQN, we have about we're down about 40% in terms of stock growth, but if we add in the dividends that we got, we're down about negative 28%. So that kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. And when you finally get rid of it, now it's about $2,000. We'll put that into some of my stocks. Obviously, my other stocks have done just as well, so it's not a big deal. And it's such a small percentage of the portfolio, it's not really affecting much. But nonetheless, I want to get rid of it because I wanted to see if it would rebound a little bit. And we did see a bit of a rebound. It did go up a little bit with the markets. If we go over the past year or so, we can see like it did jump up a little bit, but it's still like, who knows what's going to happen, and it might do really well, it might jump up. But this is a stock that I didn't really do my research, and I didn't really look at the history. Like, I'm a big fan of, if you look at my portfolio, I have some pretty consistent stocks here. Like, we have like VFE, the S&P 500, we have VDY, those are the big ETFs. But the individual ones, we have like ATD, Couche-Tard, we have Toronto Dominion Bank, we have CNR, we have Loblaw, we have TELUS, we have Fortis. We have a lot of like good quality companies, right? And that's something I always look for, companies that have a good strong history. And AQN just didn't really have that. I kind of bought it to buy into the renewables and kind of looking at the future kind of thing, and it was something that just didn't really do very well. So, you know, I think going into the future, I'd probably want to look at more the better quality companies, utility companies, and kind of go with those, like the ones that have strong histories of good growth, good dividends, good, you know, good earnings, good stock growth, all these different things. And AQN was the one company I didn't really do it. And to be fair to AQN, a lot of things just kind of did go bad. Like, the company did have some hardships. There were some storms in Texas that happened. Remember, there's a bunch of things that happened, and then interest rates kind of screwed them up. So, but when it comes to a company, you take on that risk. I mean, you want to get that good reward, right? There's also always risk. So companies have to learn how to balance that, and things just didn't go in AQN's favor. Plus, they did kind of open themselves up to a lot of risk. So this is a stock we're going to be selling today. I'm probably going to be sticking in some of my individual stocks here. Like, I might put some into Couche-Tard. It's inside my TFSA, so I might put some in CNR, might put some in Fortis, some of these more secure companies, or maybe even TELUS. I'll buy a couple shares of TELUS. So I'm going to go through here. We're going to sell it. So we'll go to AQN, and it's quite a bit of money here. We'll go inside the TFSA. Make sure we sell it here. We have 153 shares. So put that through, and that'll be the main stock I'm selling today. And I'm going to take this money and we'll put it in, you know, just spread it across the stocks I already hold. And kind of take a peek here. So that's pretty much it. That's the buys and sells for today. But nonetheless, like usual, guys, I wanted to give you guys an update. And going into the future, I'm probably going to also trim down some of these other holdings. I just haven't quite figured out which ones I'm going to keep and which ones I'm not. And then I'm really going to focus on buying individual stocks, more long-term kind of dividend growth stocks inside my RRSP. You know, as you guys know, I started this last year, and I've kind of been building on some of these positions and been doing pretty good. And I'm going to kind of focus on that when it comes to individual stocks. But the TFSA, I'm really going to focus on cleaning up this year and just kind of really focus on like some of the ETFs and maybe have a few strong individual stocks, but really cleaning up. That's my main focus for this year. Before we close out the video, I'll do a quick little bit on our dividends and some of the tracking for year to date for the portfolio. I know it's pretty early in the year, but I like to keep track of things and show you guys the growth of things and as things have grown over time. So first of all, here's the dividends for January. We still have, I think, a couple coming through towards the end of the month, but just some big ones here. So we got FTN dividend from TFSA. We have VFE, our big quarterly dividend of $200. HYLD, VDY, both giving us some good solid dividends, and then some other stocks here. And like I mentioned, I do think we have a couple dividends coming up towards the end of the month, like TD, some of the banks and different things like that. And if I pull it up on passive, I'll show you guys year to date what our accounts are looking like. So we'll go year to date. I'm going to select all here. We'll apply this, and I'll give you guys a quick little update on how our stock portfolios have actually been performing year to date. Obviously, it's still, you know, pretty early in the year, so there's not too much to talk about, and things are obviously going to change quite a bit. But I'll give you guys a quick little update on a few of the metrics here that we can see on passive. Alright, so my main focus, like I mentioned, is to really focus hard at the start of the year. We did have some money saved up, so I've been putting some money, contributing pretty heavy inside the TFSA as well as our other accounts here. So we put a total of $2,000 or so at the start of the month. That's going to slow down quite a bit over the next little while, so that looks like a lot of money, but we did have some money saved up, so it'll kind of be a little bit more normal as we go through the beginning of the year. But we are focusing really hard on saving up as much as possible. We have a net change inside of our portfolio of $3,475. Our rate of return, and this is all year to date, guys, 1.45%. This is spread across all of our accounts as well. Investment growth of about $1,500, and our dividends we got so far is $611. So pretty good month nonetheless. Not our biggest month, but hopefully we can crack that $700 monthly dividends pretty soon here, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. And here's the dividends from all the different stocks. Like I mentioned earlier, you guys can see them. They're going to be a little bit higher than the previous ones because the previous ones I showed you guys were from my Wealthsimple trade account. Passive actually includes all of our accounts together, so it's super cool like that. So it includes my fiance's dividends and whatnot, which, you know, add up to be a nice little chunk together. So hopefully we can hit $700 in dividends. Nonetheless, it's been pretty solid. And if we zoom out for the 1 year return, we can see the dividends over the course of the last year. So it's just compounding and growing. We keep investing them and we keep things going. I think in the next video, what I'm going to do is we're going to talk a little about dividend growth, and I'm going to do a review of how much dividend growth we actually had inside our portfolio for the year. So that's it for that little part of the video, guys. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys are staying warm in the cold weather. Like usual, these are going to be weekly updates, so I'll probably do an update next week, and I think next week we're going to focus on some dividend growth. So we'll kind of talk about that, and I'll show you guys some different things we'll be doing. But like I mentioned multiple times in today's video, the main focus will be maxing our TFSAs, doing a little bit of cleanup inside our portfolios, and keeping things simple like usual. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more updates. Other than that, guys, take care, have yourself a good one, and I'll see you guys later.